welcoming head coach Brett Larson.
Welcome to the Pride on Ice podcast. Brett Larson, new head coach of the Gopher men's hockey team, is with us. Pat Micheletti, second all-time leading scorer in Gopher hockey history, here with us. And Brett, even though this is the middle of summer, it does not stop. There is so much buzz being generated about your program right now ever since you shook hands and took over this franchise. What has it been like for you? I'm assuming there has been no off season this year.
No, we jumped in and started right away and hit the ground running. Obviously, once you get that job, it's pretty surreal to start, for sure. I mean, you walk into your office and you're looking at a mural above your desk with Herb Brooks and John Mariucci and these guys. You're going, holy cow, am I really sitting here right now? So you kind of got to get over that first. And then I had a couple things. The portal was open. We had to kind of build the team for next year the way that we wanted to build it, and at the same time building our staff the way we wanted to build it. So those were the two heavy lifts early that we pretty much focused all our time on.
So when has it hit you yet that you're the head coach of the University of Minnesota now? I mean, after everything you just talked about, I mean, have you had time to sit back and say, okay, I'm the head coach now?
You know what's interesting is and I just told somebody this the other day, it's kind of shrunk in a way for me. Like at the beginning it was big and wow, this is unbelievable, and meeting all these people and just being on campus, going to see the rest of the athletic department, just a big thing that the University of Minnesota is and how special it is to be a part of. What's kind of shrunk now is it's just us in our hockey office. We're recruiting, we're talking about tactics, we're talking about preparing for the year, we're texting each other, our staff at night when the NHL games are on, telling Jacob to make sure you clip that forecheck. We're going to use that, things like that. So now it's just kind of got down to the part that I already know, and that's the part where you love being with your staff. You're looking forward to building your team. We've got the guys in for a voluntary camp here for the next 3 weeks. They just got in, and it's great to have them in town now. And it's just that day-to-day with your staff of building the team and building the team for the future.
Let's talk about your staff a little bit. You retained a couple of the guys that were there in the past and brought in Corey Leyland, former Gopher, and Matt Cullen. How was the staff kind of come together thus far?
It's been great. I think the most important thing is it's a bunch of really good people. And they're guys you want to be around every day. They're guys that the players want to be around every day. The recruits can't wait to talk to. These are genuine good people. And, obviously keeping Ben Gordon on the staff, who's been here in the past. Ben's got such a passion for the program. He's so close with the players and the recruits. They feed off his energy a little bit. Moving Paul Martin into a full-time role, I think, is really nice. I mean, if you're a defenseman out there,
are you kidding?
I get to recruit you and say, this is a guy that's going to be working with you every day. It's a pretty good recruiting tool, and obviously a guy that's passionate about the program and what it means to him. And Brendan Potter's staying on as our goalie development, which is big. And then Corey Leyland, just a guy I've known for a long time and really trusted. And Corey got out of playing pro hockey, and a lot of guys want to jump right into high levels of coaching. Corey was willing to do whatever it takes. He moved his family out to Brookings, South Dakota, starts coaching in the North American Hockey League, goes through juniors, through Hamlin, and then at St. Thomas, and just has become, I think, one of the elite coaches in college hockey. So bringing those guys on has been great. And then Matt Cullen in this director of player development role, again, when I can talk to a recruit.
21 years in the National Hockey League.
A guy that's won Stanley Cups and one of the most respected guys to play in the NHL. And again, not only one of the most respected players, but respected leaders and people. Just how the people gravitate towards him.
He's just a great guy.
He's just a great person. And that group has been phenomenal. It's been really fun. We got to spend a lot of time together in Florida at the NCAA convention. We've got to spend a lot of time together in the office already. We're kind of hitting the road recruiting this month, so we'll be out doing we call it the Iowa circuit. You're out to all the USHL camps or whatnot this month, so we'll be doing a lot of that. But it's been a really fun group to be part of.
Affinity Plus presents Real Life Math from real members. Alexandra says, getting my auto loan was a smooth ride. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus made her life easier. Learn more at affinityplus.org.
All right. This podcast is for Gopher fans that want to know more about what's going on with you, with the recruiting. So if you've got questions, you can fire them via X at Pat Micheletti 2626. Gopher hockey. Go to the Gopher men's hockey. We can see that. Or you could go to Fox 9 Sports and we can ask the questions of the coach on later episodes.
Yep.
Plus, we'll have his staff in here. We'll have players in here throughout the summer. Let's go back to Matt Cullen. What was intriguing about him? Because he's been around, you know, and he's done a lot with his family and with Moorhead and has done a lot there. Was it you seeking him out? Was it he saying, okay, my son's going to play there, I'd like to try to help the entire program? How did that work? Because he's not a guy that's done what like Corey Leyland did, has gone all around, but he certainly knows the game and knows what works.
Yeah, we had developed a really good relationship when I was coaching at St. Cloud State, obviously. And Matt had played there, and then through the alumni, we had built a relationship, and we just talked hockey a lot. And I just thought, here's a guy that we can all learn from. Here's a guy that can help us as coaches, help these players, help this program. He's kind of a savant when it comes to the game. I mean, not only is his view of the game, but his view of leadership and his view of character. And he's been around some of the best captains that ever played in the NHL, and he's been one of them. You know, so he's got this kind of whole overarching experience that I really wanted in that director of player development role. So a lot of people are asking, what is that role?
Yes, exactly. Could you lay it out there, what you expect out of that position?
And one thing, we thought it was a great role because it is technically a part-time role, although he's already working a lot more than part-time. But we also did feel like it gives him a little space from his boys. He's not going to be on top of the guys every day, where now those guys, you know, his kids can have their own experience. I think they're going to a little bit of separation with dad, but yet dad is really helping the program. So what he's going to do essentially is oversee our whole player development program. So every player, when they come in the fall, we'll have a player development plan and path for them. So they'll get information on their game, what they need to get better at, what their strengths already are. So Matt will coordinate with Paul Martin on that. They'll put it together throughout the summer. Matt will coordinate with Corey Leyland and Ben Gordon on the forwards, and then he'll be a part of introducing that to every player. Here's how we see we can help you. Here's the areas that we think you can get better, and here's how we're going to do it, and here's our player development plan. Wow. So that's not just on the ice.
Where was that when we played?
I know. But it made it. No, I wouldn't have. But anyway, but exactly. So this is, for us, that's the recruiting world. We're recruiting the best players in the world. Yeah. They want to know that they're going somewhere where they're going to improve, they're going to get better. They want to win a national championship here at Minnesota, but they want to get to the NHL. So a big part of that is their player development path. So we're really excited, and that it doesn't just entail on ice. So Matt will be helping with with Cal Dietz and our strength performance, our nutrition, our sports psychology, our leadership development. He'll oversee kind of all those areas. The way I look at it, he's kind of coaching the coaches and coaching the staff and overseeing that. He'll be able to be on the ice with us. He can actually call recruits and be involved with recruits when he's here. The only thing he can't do is go out on the road and recruit. Okay. So how the NCAA rules work is we only have 3 full-time assistant coaches. Some teams are making one of those assistants into a general manager type role. But those three assistants are the only ones that are NCAA approved to go out on the road and recruit.
Which are your 3? I'm sure a lot of people want to know who you think is going to be your bird dog.
So while Ben Gordon's going to be a big part of the recruiting, Paul Martin's going to be running the D. Corey Leyland's going to be doing a big part with the forwards. Corey's got a really unique experience. Played forward in college, and played D in pro.
He was your partner.
Yeah, he was. So he's got a really good experience that way. Ben will be able to kind of assist everybody, and then Ben's going to really be out there finding the future Gophers. And when he sees a D he likes, he's going to tell Paul, hey, I want you to go watch this kid. When he finds a forward he likes, he's going to have Corey go watch him. I think it's going to be a really good thing where Ben's going to be really in charge of the recruiting. Okay. Those 2 guys can have, Paul and Corey are actually going to be in charge of the penalty kill, and then Ben and I will have the power play.
All right, so Jim and I know how you operate as a coach, and we did your games at St. Cloud, and it's but so for the people out there who don't know your style of coaching and how you use your assistants, like you just talked about. Tell us a little bit more about Brett Larson, the coach.
Well, I've learned, well, we all know this already, but what makes a great coach is having great people around you, number one, and then you got to trust them to do their jobs. I'm not the guy that's going to be looking over Paul Martin's shoulder every day. Hey, how are you teaching that D stick position? I'm going to trust it. Paul knows it, and he does, and he's a pro, right?
And that's why you hired him.
And that's why we hired him. Corey Leyland, I'm not going to tell him, hey, I need you to work on those forwards a little more on their one-timers, because I couldn't score a goal. I'm not going to tell him other. So you hire really good, competent people there's a couple of things that I really look for, and it's kind of growing up, and just for me, the guys that I watch make it as players, a lot of it's the same as a coach. I think you got to love the game. You got to just love it. You got to love being at the rink. You got to love being involved with the players and in it with them. And I love those assistant coaches that they want to be in the locker room with the guys all the time. They want to be out on the ice after with them all the time. They're just kind of invested in them. And our staff is that way, and you can see it already. So I trust those guys to do their jobs. I want to be around really good people, because for me, I got to step back a little bit, and it's a little bit of a management view from a higher level that you're looking at these things. Ultimately, the tough decisions are going to fall on me.
As it should, right?
Ultimately, they'll give their opinions who should be in the lineup. At the end of the day, I might have one coach saying one guy, one coach saying another. I got to make that final decision. So I'm very collaborative in the way we do things. I want everybody to be involved, feel valued. At the end of the day, I got to make the decisions.
That's pretty cool. All right, you have selected captains. They're already out there. You've got 3 guys that are going to be your leadership group.
Yeah.
Was it a vote because with the changeover and everything, or was it you and the coaching staff? How did this threesome become your guys?
A little bit of both. So we always have a vote, and we did it this year with the returning players, and the coaches picked the brains of the players that were leaving, that had graduated or had signed and gone. So we used player input and a vote, and the guys voted, and it was pretty clear. And Brody Zemer was clearly the captain of this team. The players were excited about that and showed that in their voting. The players that left spoke very highly of him and what they believed he could do as the captain of this team. And we were excited to name him the C.
Well, you can just see.
And then there are the others, L.J. Mooney and John Whipple. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I was just going to say with Zemer, Jim and I have been around him since he was a freshman, obviously, and you can just see his maturation. And you see how players mature every year anyway, right? But he's really taken that step, hasn't he, as someone who can lead this program.
I think the biggest thing I've been impressed with is just what you said, and you've seen the maturation. I'm seeing right where he is right now, and there's just a look in the eye that I want to win here. I want this team to win here.
I want to win a national championship.
I want to win a national championship. I don't want to leave here without that. And, as we were getting to know each other through the early part of me being hired here in the very early part of the summer and late spring, it was really clear to me that he wanted to do whatever it takes to be successful and help this team win.
Yeah, and obviously last year did not go the way the team wanted it to go. And so, as Jim and I are calling the games, and, we look and see, what's the guy's demeanor? Is he shrugging his shoulders? Is he, all those kind of tells, right?
Yeah.
And you could see, what, no matter what, he kept playing.
Yeah.
Kept playing and wanted the team to, even though they were struggling, just kept fighting and trying to lead the team. And I mean, that's got to be a good sign for you
huge.
Heading into next year.
Well, I can tell he's got a lot of pride in himself, but he's also got a ton of pride in Gopher hockey.
Yeah.
Like, this means something to him. This is a big deal to him. And part of him, I think, coming back this year and being a part of this thing was he cares about this place.
Yeah.
And you look at the guys that have worn the C here in the past, and you look at that list of guys.
What an honor.
And it's like, what an honor is that? And so it's clear to me with him just how motivated he is to make sure that we win this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
L.J. Mooney immediately captured the hearts of the fans. He's a guy that plays with emotion, that wants to bring out the best in everybody, and he wants to include everybody. I'm assuming that's the way he is in the limited time that you have talked with him. It just seems like it's all about the team with him.
It is, and the one word I see is passion. Holy cow, it's great.
He doesn't care if a guy is 6'5".
Doesn't matter.
I'm going after him.
Doesn't matter.
And I'm gonna win.
Yep.
And I mean, we just marveled at just his competitiveness out on the ice.
There's an old saying that when your best players are your most competitive, the hardest workers with a ton of passion, it's going to flow through the team. And that's what I love about this captain group. Well, we started with Zemer, high compete, high character, not just a goal scorer, right? Mooney, he can dance out there, right? He can do some fun things. But boy, there's a lot of passion, a lot of compete to his game. And Whipple's the same way, just that strong, steady presence of how hard he's willing to compete for the team. So obviously being a new coach coming in and that's your first set of captains,
you like that.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, you look at what Whipple, now that's not a name that pops out in most fans' eyes, right? They don't go, oh, gee, John Whipple. Yeah, he lit up the scoreboard last year. He did not. But he has become such a force on that back end, even though with the talent that you have coming in via the portal and the freshman class, he's still going to be a guy that's going to anchor that blue line core.
You need that. You need that kind of heart and soul guy back there. He doesn't care who gets the credit. He doesn't care how many points he has. All he cares about is us winning and whatever he can do to help us win. And I love that. And I know the team does too. Obviously, they voted for him for a reason. I think they see that. Anytime a guy lays his body on the line for the team, and that's what he does, whether it's blocking shots or playing physical or defending, you're right. Those aren't things that a lot of times the fans, the educated fans notice that, right? The people that really like hockey like that. And I know as a coach, you like that a lot. But I think the most important people that like that, for him probably, is how much his teammates appreciate it, right? He walks in the locker room, he knows that he's doing whatever he can to help the team win, and those players know it too.
All right, much more to come here on the Pride on Ice pregame, preseason, whatever you want to call it. It's June.
Summer
It's
fun.
July. It's summer.
Get to know them.
All right, we'll take a quick break, come back. We've got the non-conference schedule, and if you're a fan of the WCHA, you're going to like it. We'll do that after this.
This is the best opportunity in college hockey. It's the best tradition, the best culture. It's got the best players. It's got the best facilities. It's the place you want to be as a coach. This program just has something special.
Welcome back to the Pride on Ice podcast. Jim Rich here, along with the head coach of the Golden Gophers, Brett Larson, and former All-American Pat Micheletti. And everybody wants to play the University of Minnesota. Everyone in the state, everyone in the region, everyone in the country wants to play your program. What in the future, obviously you didn't have a lot to say with what's laid out this season, but what do you want to get out of a non-conference portion of the schedule for your program?
I'm a big believer in you want to play the best teams you can play. And to be honest, I want to play some teams that the fans enjoy watching play, and some of those old rivals. And and I can tell you can see it this year, obviously, with going into Tech, the old WCHA, going into Duluth, North Dakota coming here, Alaska Anchorage in the old WCHA, and then the home and home with an in-state rival with Mankato. I think it's a great schedule. So we're looking forward to that. I can tell you kind of the future down the road. We're looking at signing some things with Denver and St. Cloud, some other old rivals in the WCHA, and trying to play some of the top teams in the country. I'm a big believer, and I'd rather have that schedule be something that the guys are up for every weekend. It's a big series.
The fans love it.
The fans love it. You play some of the best.
Yeah, and you go into Tech, that's not an easy building to play in over the years. They are always competitive. They gave the Gophers all they could handle a year ago when they were here. And then, of course, UMD, we know, as you know very well, what Scott Sandelin puts together. But this is the blueprint to a national championship, because if you can go through Duluth, North Dakota,
it's a gauntlet,
and the CCHA power now in the Mavericks, and you show up in those series, it really helps you out at the end, correct?
Big time. Those teams are all, you look at Michigan Tech and Mankato, they're going to be top teams in that league. Duluth and North Dakota are going to be top teams in the NCHC. Alaska Anchorage, new coach Eric Rude, worked with them last year at St. Cloud. I know they're going to keep getting better, right?
Yeah.
So those are big NPI games. All of them, they're huge. And the goal is to make the...
It's my phone.
Pat's getting bulletins.
Uh-oh.
We'll let it go.
All right.
It's a podcast. We can do this stuff, right? It's not a problem.
How about turn the ringer
my
off?
phone.
Yeah.
Not my phone.
It's me. It's on me. Sorry.
Go ahead.
But you want, in my opinion, I'd rather play really good teams, and the fans probably don't want to hear this, but I'd rather go 7-3 against a really hard, good schedule than 9-1 against some teams that you almost have to win every game if you don't play as hard of a schedule, if that makes sense. So there's a little bit of strategy to it as well. And in my opinion,
these are important games.
These are important games. What's the hardest thing about college hockey, and we're all in the same boat, is the games for the MPI against Michigan Tech in October, whatever it is, first weekend, they matter as much as your last games of the year.
Yeah.
And as Pat, as we were talking earlier, if we're as good as we're going to get in October, we're in big trouble. This team, I think, has the ability to just keep getting better, but you still have to find a way to win those games early.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, you don't want to miss out on this season. You want to be a part of it? Here's how you do it. There are season tickets available now, and I suggest you get them, because once this team hits the ice and people realize just what kind of product there will be available at 3M Arena at Mariucci, you'll be like, oh, now I got to go to StubHub. Yeah. Now I got to go somewhere else. I got to hit up a buddy.
Don't call Micheletti.
Yeah. So that's the way you need to get involved. Get in on the ground floor. You will not be disappointed. Brett, thank you so much for the time.
One more.
All right, go ahead.
All
it's a
right,
podcast, so you can go forever.
Yeah.
We don't have.
We got 3.5 hours to go on here.
Yeah, we got it.
Now that we're back together,
Yeah, the team's back.
I mean, are you going to be able to put up with us?
Oh.
Right? I mean, fair question.
Yes, absolutely.
Put up with me or you?
I don't know if we want this on tape. This answer.
Why not?
Exactly. Hey, I got to tell you, and it's really fun, because that's how we all get to know each other back at St. Cloud doing those games. But what was fun for me is when you guys would come in before the games. It was kind of my little bit of a downtime where I could just relax and talk hockey with you guys. I really enjoyed it. So looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun.
Yep. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Pat.
Awesome.
Fox 9, you're home for Gopher hockey again this season. Looks like the deal will be done, so you'll be able to see that. You saw non-conference. You got questions for the coach, for his staff, send them to us. The U will put out a way for you to be involved in this, because this is what it's all about. It's about Gopher Nation. It's about Gopher Nation, both all the fans out there. So thank you for joining us, Coach Pat. Let's get together and do this again soon.